Well, we finally have it confirmed after knowing about it for a year and a few months. The Eternals is happening. They did what we said they would do. They brought out the entire cast on stage.
Not the entire cast.
Oh, okay, so that is true.
It's the protagonists,
right?
I should say.
No villain.
98% of them. There's no villain, and they did not bring out the person who's playing Karen.
Right. Interesting. So the concept art did get released though. Like, we're getting Kirby to the max. Like, oh my god, the Celestials look worthy of it. Jesus.
I ain't gonna lie, I cried. No, I saw that keyframe and I was just like, yeah, it's time. It's time.
I think everybody had a moment like during this panel where they cried. That was yours. Mine we'll talk about in a little bit, where I straight out started like tears running down my face.
You even ran downstairs after, and like you're just like this little child
shaking. But like on the Eternals front, the thing that gets me with this one is, out of everything they've ever announced for Marvel Comics coming to the MCU, this is the most what in the hell is this like even Inhumans was more popular than this when it was announced. Like, it's insane.
I say no one knew the Eternals.
No
one. There might have been 3 people. Like, that's about it.
I mean, I just got the comics, so I'm gonna read them, and I looked at it, I was like, oh good, in the last 20 years there's been 14 issues.
There's been more than 14, you know.
Well, okay, I'm not going back to the OGs.
I think the Kirby run was 11, the Gaiman run was 12, and the North run was 12. I think.
Okay.
From what I remember, so there was more runs than that, but we don't talk about those because they're bad.
Well, I got the Gaiman runs, and then unfortunately I saw it was art by John Romita Jr. and I was like, no.
It gets better once the Gaiman run ends and it's the North run and they actually have an artist on there. So not everyone looks like a Neanderthal. So
I like how you say they actually have an artist on there. Like, he's not even an artist. So with the Eternals, what surprised you the most about like that whole reveal?
The fact that the characters aren't who I thought they were going to use.
Not at all.
It's like, you know, the typical ones people would know are Icarus, Macquarie, which they're 2 using. You got Cersei, you got Athena, which they're using Athena. I think it's Zurus. There's a couple like Druig as well, who I thought was going to be the villain. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know, you got like Fastus, you got Kingo, who no one knows Kingo, and I find it hilarious. It's just a really weird lineup to have them.
I like that some of these Eternals I had to like, obviously because I've only read like 2 things with them. I had to Google up who these characters were, and even their wiki and comic pages were just empty.
It's
like,
like half paragraph, like if you're lucky.
Yeah,
it's not even.
I'm currently looking right now at an Insider, and it's showing like a picture of each of them, and they have a lot of them that they actually gender swapped.
Yeah,
for this.
Yeah. Ajak obviously is Selma Hayek. They gender swapped him for her. Macquarie, or I can't even think how you would pronounce his name.
Spirit's been changed.
Yeah.
Also changed the name for Sprite as well because that was supposed to be something else.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, nobody has a deep connection to these characters, so it's like, do what you will. And also, the thing that popped up with the moment I saw the casting, everybody was talking about it. It's like, holy hell, this is a diverse cast. It's like, yeah. Like, damn.
And the lady playing Macquarie is going to be the first deaf character in these movies, so that's a really interesting way to take that character.
Yep.
Especially since her entire thing is I gotta say she now. Like, she's quick. Like, she's the speedster of it, so whether she lasts the movie, I don't know, because speedsters can't last more than 1 movie. But
yep. Yeah, no, it's gonna be I can't wait to see how they pull it off and what direction they're gonna go in and what they do with it. So, yeah.
Well, fun fact, there is the first set picture that came out today. And it is of the Aztec temple where Margot and her dad in the original Kirby run. It's literally like the first page.
I was literally going to say, because I looked at that and the instant, because that's literally my favorite like time period in Empire Strikes. So I was like, yo, that's Aztec. Like, that is, it's going to be so nice.
And so that's where obviously they're going to find like the Olympia or one of the Olympias, because there's a million of them. Like there's one in Japan where Kingo comes from and all that sort of stuff. So they're sticking fairly close to it. And like, you can tell just by looking at the Celestials. Like,
oh god, yeah,
they're nigh on perfect.
The Celestials literally look like they walked off the page of the comics. It's shocking.
Like, they could have been slightly bulkier.
Yeah.
Just slightly in a bit, but like, you know, there's a lot of the Kirby elements on that. Like, if you look at the one in the front, like, it's clearly Arishem. Like, Arishem is the one everyone knows. He's got the thumb with the weird like Kirby formula on it.
Yep.
Like, if you look at his head, it's 1-for-1.
Oh yeah.
And like the little glow in his chest is exactly the same. It's just like, oh my heart.
And still, people got to remember it is concept art, so concept art's never
it's
like
probably gonna change.
Right, it'll change a bit. That's the general design. Like if you look at those Marvel books that come out, you see the first concept art they're ever revealed of like the Guardians, then you see the final design, you're like, whoa!
I mean, just look at the Black Widow keyframe that came out.
Exactly.
The Taskmaster helmet is not what they're using.
Exactly.
Like,
so
it's close, but not close enough.
So Eternals, it's starting shooting soon. So we'll be talking about that as the details